Hello, how's it going out there? I am Cameron. My pronouns are he and him. We're flying solo today because Corey is was at PAX over the weekend, so it'll be a couple of days before she's back in the office. How's it going, everyone? I was originally slotted to play Oxenfree 2 this week, but I was having Steam related issues and I'm not feeling terribly capable of doing anything right now. So I figured, what if we just played Civ 6? Which we did play on Talking Sim 6 years ago when it came out, probably. But the game has undergone some changes since then, which are interesting, and I still think that this particular game is it's got a lot going on, and it's probably worth talking about in the way that it both reflects and probably also informs our understanding of what it means to be a person and to live in a group of people, to be a social animal, you know? How are you? We live in a social setting. Yeah, exactly. And civilizations are monolithic entities that engage in battle with one another for supremacy. And that's the way humanity works, right? Yeah, violent, irrepressible miracles in the formulation of a dispassionate external observer. The description of humanity from Disco Elysium, as given by the Insulindian Phasmid. Violent, irrepressible miracles. I always like that. Um, shall we play? Shall we just play it and see how things occur to us and how the game tells us about ourselves, or how the game tells us what we are and what humans are for? Yeah? All right. Let's do it. Single player. Create a game. We can play on a small map. Just have a little guy. Just a little guy. Who do we feel like playing as? There's so many different people out there. I mean, Eleanor is kind of interesting because she kind of plays counter to the traditional civilization mode. Eleanor of Aquitaine, whether you're playing her with France or England, um, actually, random's good. What about random? Die roll? Um, sure. Let's see what we get. Um, I think one of the first things this game does is that almost no starts are good. One of the first things you. Hey, a Manator. I love a Manator.
To the great beasts of the Stone
Um,
Age, to man taking his first
Relatively
upright
few
steps in the
Civilization
way of
6
Campar.
starts are good enough
Now
to
begins
give you
your
a fighting
greatest
chance.
quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. Amanitor,
Um,
watchful queen of Nubia. The empire
One
you command
valuable
shall
skill this
claim
game
the
teaches you is
horizons
to
its border. Don't fear
reroll.
those who covet your abundant gold, for your archers can part their hair at 500 paces. Your city shall know prosperity and piety, wise queen, for the land of the bow honors its past as surely as it builds its own future.
Okay, so Nubia, the Nubian Empire led by a Manator. I played these guys on my home stream. A Manator is a great leader. Actually, I love her because she, well, Nubia in general, uh, uses... They have a spec... You know what? Let's get into it. I really enjoyed them. Don't show me this again. Do I have to click through this? Remember what I said about most starts being bad? This is a bad start. I mean, this would be very nice for anyone but a Manator, but a Manator needs abundant deserts next to her start in order to work properly. So, like, there's probably, I don't know, you could make the argument that there is some kind of geographic determinism going on here. What's the largely...
From the first stirrings of
Oh.
life beneath water, to the great
It'll
beasts of the
re-randomize the
Stone
leader
Age,
as well.
to man
Interesting.
taking his first upright steps, you
I've
have
never
come
actually
far.
played yet, Vega.
Now begins your greatest
Yeah,
quest.
Poland's strong.
From this early cradle of civilization on towards the
Poland's
stars.
majority religion becomes the
Highest
dominant
Jadwiga,
religion in cities.
Praise be to the glory of God, the earth and Poland. Most holy King, you will show your people the truth and the light, and they will move beyond
Relics.
to spread the word to others. Protected by great winged warriors, you will rise to meet any challenge you face with a devout grace unmatched.
We
by
need a
any other.
lot of martyrs, I guess. If we get a usable map start. Culture bomb adjacent tiles when completing an encampment or fort inside friendly territory. Huh. One military policy slot in the current government is converted to a wildcard slot. And the Sukiniche. Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know. The suckin' nice. I'm an adult. Not quite, but close enough. Is it suckin' nice? No, I shouldn't say that. This is kind of a loose start. It's kind of loose. But it's doable. I mean, we're on a floodplain. That's good. We have access to a couple of reasonable tiles here. The thing you want in Civilization, in Civ 6. When you're creating a civilization, it's very important to have food and production, because this is how, I mean, okay. Every citizen in your cities eats one food. So everyone in your city needs to produce food at the start of the game, right? And the only way you grow is by having excess food. So every tile in your city, around your cities at the start of the game, needs to produce 2 food at minimum, right? Otherwise, you're only breaking even. And we have... It's also good if they produce production. Produce production. If they generate production. Yeah, some of you need to learn to photosynthesize. Otherwise, we're going to starve. Producer rate. This also might just not be a very good start. I think this start is a little soft. Let's see who else we get. Generally, you want to look for like 3 tiles that produce 2 food and 2
From the
gears.
first stirrings of life
The
beneath water,
Scythians under Tomyris.
the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far.
Killer of
Now
Cyrus.
begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. All people will tremble with fear and respect for you, great warrior Queen Tamiris. For it is from the back of your stallion that you shall look upon and lead the Scythian people. Great epics will be told of the
We
horse
just mainly
warriors
want to
that
kill
ride
people.
forth from the steppe, and at the front line of every battle, they will find you. Ride on, fierce queen, and may your friends be true, just as your enemies falter.
This is also unplayable. We're really not doing well on our starts here, chat. Yeah, love to be on a tiny strip of arable land between desert and tundra. This would actually have been nice for a Minotaur, because she needs to build on deserts. Welp. I mean, maybe this is a lesson we can learn, that most civilizations never even get off the ground.
From the first stirrings of life beneath
Wu
water
Zetian.
to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. From humble beginnings to the center of the world you rose, Wu Zetian, Empress of China.
Gain 100% the
Do
favor.
not let the machinations of your court halt you, for you outwit them all. Whether by the painter's brush, your skill with words, or the poisoned blade, you will rise above your foes and cause the world to bow to you. Out of love or fear, there is little difference.
Okay, so China wants to build wonders and get up to defensive tactics, then use spies. Okay, we're in business. What if we move... If we move here, we get this 4 food tile. This is some yield. Because we also have another one here that we can see. This one's decent. This one's decent. The Torres del Paine look like they significantly improved the tiles next to them. Yeah, down 1 gets us some early... Yeah, okay, this seems like a decent start. We'll build our city here next turn. Torres doubles base yields. Well, hell to the yeah. Ooh, a harbor here seems really nice. It'll get adjacency bonuses from these crabs and these fish. So that'll... a harbor here would be +4. Hell yeah. And then, what, like, a holy site here? A campus here? This'll be great. This'll be great. We'll drop our city, and, normally, I don't like delaying more than 1 turn, Skylar Ringtail, unless it is you're getting something completely off the chain in terms of production. Yeah, that seems all right. Yeah, I think we're pogging hard. We got the boost to astrology right off the bat. And I want to try to establish an early religion. And then we can start planning where we're going to put things. So a harbor here would be nice. A holy site here will get adjacency bonuses from each of these tiles, and then from these 2 forest tiles. So that's good. What wonders do we want as China? How does the Great Wall work again? I don't think I've played with this version of the Great Wall. Bonus to gold if adjacent to other segments. Okay. Along the borders of your empire. Oh, neat. Okay. Yeah, you can only place it on the border tiles of your territory. What wonders shall we build? I don't think Etemenaki is going to be any good for us, so that one's right off. We don't have a river to build hanging gardens. We could theoretically build Stonehenge. Pyramids could be good. Pyramids could be good. Must be built on desert. Yeah, I mean, theoretically, pyramids could go there. Or here, depending. I kind of like putting them here or there. That way we could get an adjacency bonus for a theater square. Right. So we could put a theater square in any of these tiles. Maybe this one? We don't have a river, so we can't play the Aqueduct Dam Industrial Zone game. I mean, like, I do like how what your civilization can do is heavily dictated by the geology or the geography around your starting city, right? You can wind up with mountain ranges in your starting area that form little cul-de-sacs that give you enormous bonuses to faith and science. Right now we've got a natural wonder which provides, you know, totally decent faith. It's totally decent. What if we put... But now we have to, like, kind of figure out where things are going to go from there, right? We know where we have to put a holy site, and we know where we put a harbor. So how does that dictate where everything else goes? Wonders can only be built on certain tiles, and China loves to build wonders. So that will dictate where things like theater squares go. What if we were to put, say, a government district here? We'll want that, right? I don't think you get a bonus to building wonders, but you get eurekas and inspirations from doing them. But yeah, Wu Zichen gets spies. I think it's what's his name that gets the wonder bonus. Also, man, look at the texture on her clothes. You can really, like, see the brocade. This is lovingly rendered. Yeah, Qin Shi Huang does wonder building better. But having pyramids will be nice because Great Wall means that we're probably going to be burning through builders. Okay, so if we know where our government plaza goes, that means we can start putting down other tiles. Right, we want our campus next to... I'm presuming these are going to act like mountains. Let's presume they act like other mountains do. So that's 5 districts planned out. I assume the Torres work as mountains. Also, let's have a look at appeal. Because we can always do something like dropping a preserve somewhere. We'll explore around a bit. I kind of love preserves. There are these interesting districts that can only be placed on tiles with high appeal. Okay. Or with, you know, mid appeal. Some kind of appeal bonus. And then they increase the appeal of neighboring tiles. Well, I guess we thump this guy with a stick. You. Death. Well, goodbye. Yeah, Great Wall does eat up a lot of... That makes sense, that preserves are tricky because you want Great Walls kind of everywhere. Meet our first city-state. Candy? I love candy. Orally. Cool. Cool story, bro. Okay. Can I buy a better tile? Can I buy one of these? I can. I think that is a superior tile to be working than that one. This is kind of a rocket fuel start. I think, yeah, I did not know that Torres del Paine were... The Torres del Paine were gamer fuel.
A physician without a knowledge of astrology.
Well, mining and then pyramids? +5. Holy moly. Okay. Well, in that case... Jeez, where do we even go from here? Builders would be good because we can... Well, we're not actually going to be improving any tiles. Right? Like, we have some very strong tiles that don't need improvements right away. It'll be a couple of turns before we're able to get this tile. It'll be 6 turns before we're able to get this tile. So with that in mind, why don't we build our monument? Actually, we'll go have a look around with this scout for a couple of turns until our slingers are in place. And we'll use our slingers to attack this, along with our scout.
That is best.
But this tile is going to let us make a very strong early play for a decent religion. Yeah, get me foreign trade rolling. We'll grab that goody hut. They do not count as mountains. That's rough. Okay, where are we going to put our campus then? Do we have a reef? Oof. Oofa doofa. This is no bueno. This is no bueno. Don't like that. Don't like them not counting as mountains. Thank you, the Maricat. Okay, it's good to know that because then we can start thinking about how else to do things. Does it give any adjacency bonus? I don't know. I mean, it gives adjacency bonuses to the holy site, but if they don't count as mountains, that is rough.
When you find yourself in a hole,
Yeah, if it's just Holy Site Wonder adjacency, that is not ideal. It's not great, folks. It's not great. Not in love with it. Oh, Lady Six Guy. Is it reroll not great, or let's see what happens not great? Science is extremely important in this game. So not having a good source of it early on is rough. It's rough. I think I might just be throwing these slingers in the trash. Let's poke these spearmen with the scout and see if it's enough to keep them from killing the slingers. My searching algorithm with my scouts is so bad. Okay, okay, I think we're good. We're good. We're hip. We're happening. Huh, we're generating more faith than I thought. Where are we getting our additional faith from? Oh, I guess one base and then one from God Emperor? One faith in the capital. You know what? I'll take it. How do we best abuse work ethic? Makes yields way clearer. Thanks, Shivam. I have the biggest problem I have with this game is era score. Era score makes everything in this game feel so bad because I have no way of keeping track of it and I can't remember all the things that give it to you. So ideally we want to build a lot of wonders. Do we take Monument to the Gods? Because I don't think any Dance of the Aurora, Desert Folklore, and Sacred Path are really good for abusing a what is it? One of the religion beliefs. I forget which one it is. That gives a perk called Work Ethic. And Work Ethic means that all of the adjacency bonus for your for faith in a holy site is now also production. It is cracked in early game. You want it. It's cracked in mid game even. And so these three let you really abuse it by giving you adjacency from, or additional faith from in your holy site from tile adjacency. But we don't have the ability to make good use of any of those. Otherwise, I like Divine Spark. Divine Spark helps you win a lot of races for great people. City Patron, maybe I just take Divine Spark. Divine Spark is good all game. For certain values of good. Oh, Nature Goddess and Preserves. That sounds interesting.
That's the positive aspect
Matt?
of trade, I suppose.
Additional production is useful. Bonk him with a stick. Okay, we've discovered another barbarian encampment that needs clearing. Early Empire should be achievable. Naturally. Free worker? New population. It's kind of like a free worker. For cereal, Brosef? Okay, we have completed our holy site. So we are now generating a buttload of faith for this stage in the game. Let's build a shrine to get our great people points started. That is not a fight we're going to win. Oh yeah? Well, I don't care for that at all. Yeah, that's bad news. Flee. Baited them into following us. Cool. Well, we're going to be in a golden age, almost definitely. Other things that point out how geography is probably the most important thing to doing well in this game. Inspirations are things that give your technologies boosts. Every time you get an inspiration, it gives you 40% of a technology. For China, it's 50. But this, in order to get a boost for masonry, you have to build a quarry. Quarries are things that can only be built on tiles that have yields of stone or marble or jade. Do you quarry jade? A couple of tiles. And if you don't have them, well, masonry takes you so much longer to research. But there's so many important things locked behind it. I am not seeing a lot of great places for our second cities. Chengdu needs more housing. I mean, preach, sister. Uh-oh.
Alexandros ho Makedonimi, Basileos και Παραώ, Χοαεσέτος στρατηγός τες Ελλάδος, Αρού ακέκου ασπεριμού.
Does anyone have a Dorito handy? Is his upper body Dorito shaped? Like with the shoulders and then the waist? I saw a photo of someone actually holding a Dorito up to Chris Evans in Captain America, or one of the MCU movies, the one where he rips a log in half. And we're like, this man's waist narrows faster than a Dorito does. Yeah, the armor is actually a corset. Yeah, maybe more like a bugle. Four turns. Yeah, the inverted Liefeld. Buy trader, build builder. Or we could just go holy site prayers. Alexander, yeah, takes his helmet off and shakes out his hair. And it's just like, Terabad. It's Terabad. Well, 9 turns to establish the trade route to Candy. We should probably establish delegations with both of our neighbors, since we'll probably want to be on good terms with them, because we have spies. Well, also, who's going to tell Alexander the Great that his hair looks awful? I don't think he was famous for having a bad temper, but he's still a person who killed people professionally. I mean, we should kill one of our neighbors. It is customary for us to kill one of our neighbors. It will almost definitely be Alexander the Great, because Lady Six Sky is very difficult to attack early on. She gets all kinds of really challenging defensive bonuses. Or at least ones that pile up unfavorably in the early game. And Alexander is probably also going to try to take a swing at us. Oh, yeah. Another Bwilder. Another Bwilder. Interesting. Two Bwilders.
Each of us is carving a stone.
You know what? I'm just going to let you tucker yourself out doing that. I always take the woods improvement for scouts, ranger, rather than the hills one. I should probably take the hills one, since hills provide a visibility bonus, and really the only thing you want to be doing with your scouts is scouting with them. I don't know. I don't have a rigorous philosophy of how to play this game. I think we want to, like, truck all the way up to here. Like this river, right? Blah. Blah. This is an extremely strong starting city with just nowhere to go immediately. Oh, Alexander, at this difficulty level, Alexander he will have started with 2 cities and a settler. Right? I think on Emperor they start off with like 2 warriors and a slinger and a settler, I want to say. It's a very strong opening hand. We also don't have a lot of luxury resources available to us immediately.
It was luxuries like air conditioning that brought down the Roman Empire. With air conditioning, their windows were shut.
We won't do colonization until we get Magnus up and running. What's more useful? One production is probably not that big of a deal. We'll stick with it. What could possibly go wrong? An interesting little cul-de-sac down here. I quite like that. Like moving down the coast and then being able to dump a city eventually kind of like in here. Yuck. Like a campus in here and a holy site in here should be good, right? That should be fine. Which would mean we would probably want to put a city here. And then, well, Candy will occupy all these tiles. So the nearest to it we could put a city would be here. But in order to give both other cities a chance to breathe, we could do a city here. How does this seem to people? No. The pins, I love the pins. I love being able to drop pins. I have some notes for the UI or the UX around them. I wind up clicking on them a lot and accidentally delete them. It's a pain. A reef here. Having a reef here is kind of nice. A campus here or here would get a bonus from it. Probably here, so that... Is it +1 for every 2 rainforests? So it actually doesn't matter? Yeah, okay, he dumped one on that side of the river, which, you know, fine. It's fine. But I think this is the direction we want to expand in quickly, because I think a city here will be quite strong. Now with Magnus, we can start chopping things. Let's get the craftsmanship bonus first, and then we can chop this forest. I think if we chop that forest, we'll be doing okay. To give a boost to the pyramids. Because with the bonus for Magnus, that should work decently. Yeah, the AI is placing cities based on where the location of like uranium and aluminum, right? Yeah, he's gonna be pissy with us because we aren't at war currently.
No man ever wetted clay and then left it, as if there would be bricks by chance and fortune. Skill without imagination is craftsmanship, and gives us many useful objects, such as...
Yeah, he's got hockey hair. Terrible. Terrible. Lady Six Guy beat us to the first Great Prophet by a couple of turns by the looks of it. Who knows how? Oh, wait, she built Stonehenge. Of course. Duh, Cameron. Good work. You're so smart. And we will build our traditional, at least for me, religion of atheism, whose icon is the Aquarius symbol, but which we know represents the fact that we are all waves in space. We are just waves in space, my dude. And work ethic, which is unreal. It will be extremely good for us. Do we go with tithe? Just for $3 extra right now? $10 faith per turn seems decent. Bonk him with a stick, Al. Coward. Let's see. Let's be perfectly rational beings. We will be beings of pure thought. Candy extends zone of control to here. 3 tiles away. So the nearest to it we can dump a city is here, along this. If this city goes out to here, the nearest we can put a city to it is right there. We don't want to do that. I don't think. So what tile along this border gives us the best yields? I think it's here. That'll be our first other city. It's not great, but it does get, you know, there's a couple of exploitable tiles near it. Am I planning out any great wall chains? I should be. I should be. I think I need to figure out where things go. Please live? Please live. You're attacking across a river. That's not good for you. Continue being alive? Oh god, horse archers. Al, what are you doing? Buddy. Buddy. Big Al is letting these barbarians run rampant. And has just run away. Alexander ran away. What a weenus.
It is not that life ashore is distasteful to me, but life at sea is better.
Well, it's not getting any prettier. Lady Six Guy is apparently looking to start some shit right here. Let's see if she gets her settler eaten. There are horse archers, and there are... I mean, the spearmen are a decent garrison unit for them. But we can prevent them from running away. Come on, horse archers. This is a delicious settler right here. You know you want it. Yum, yum, yum.
From the height of these pyramids, 40 centuries look down on us.
All right.
It is equally important to have a happy and engaged workforce. as it is
Just
to
in
have a
time, state
profitable
workforce.
bottom line.
Just in time. I still think the fundamentals of this placement are strong. We are not meeting another city-state since we are blocked in by basically everybody. But let's see what we can find out there. Change policies to colonization. I want you to build me 4 million dudes. Maybe there are more oh. Why are you like this, Lady Six Guy? Why attack me? Why me? Oh my god. Work. Really? 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 Really?
Writing
You're just gonna leave all that stuff undefended, huh? Or unattacked? In the interest of attacking moi? But I'm just a little guy. Yes to monumentality. Yeah, hey, come on. It's my birthday. You wouldn't do this to a birthday boy, would you? Come on. I definitely need to be planning out Great Wall chains. Oh yeah? Okay then. Well, with one archer, huh?
I'm also interested in...
Yeah, who would have thought? Against moi? But I'm just a little guy. Uh-huh. Wow, that fire is really convenient. Game is such a bastard. I suppose we could be dropping Great Walls, but what if I didn't? I'll kill you. Uh-huh. Another drought hammering my cities. How many droughts has that been? I feel like we've had one every turn.
If there are no dogs in heaven,
See, this is the problem. You wind up in a situation where, because geography does not favor you, no horse. Oh, look at that. We got the iron just by totally... That's skill. The skill, we knew the iron was there the whole time. Skill, pure skill. Absolutely unrivaled. Uh-huh.
may the forces of evil become confused.
What if we simply thump them with a big stick? Just a really big stick. I am the best Civilization player. Thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing. Then perish. Candy loves us. They pillaged our trader? You sack of human trash. How many cities do you think we can take off Alexander? All of them? I agree. Man, it would be cool if this drought wasn't hammering this other city constantly. I mean, great people points are good. They are good. What if I simply founded a classical republic? Uh-huh. Why don't you perish? Okay, good work. You kill them. Good job. Oh, good. Another drought. Another drought. Is that all of my improved tiles? It is. All of my improved tiles have gotten trashed. Every tile I've improved this game has been destroyed. In completely random accidents. It's weird. What are the odds? Stupid game. Nobody likes you. Yeah, no, sorry, bro.
Say I practice militant.
That boat don't float round here. Ooh, actually. Horses. We love horses. Why are you like this? At least we are someone's suzerain. Oh, where do you think you're going? Give me horses. Give me foo, give me fa, give me dabba zabba da.
Bravery is being the only...
Is that what bravery is? Well, we've knocked them down to 10 military. Let's siege this some bitch.
Everything has its limit.
They want to found a completely dogshit city out in the middle of nowhere? We'll take it later. Or we'll bounce these guys around a bunch.
The man who has grit enough.
How are you... Aren't you you were sieged last turn? I will simply attack across water. What? You can't be serious, Lady Six Guy. Rebellion in 3 turns, huh? Love that for us. Love that for us. Wow, the science is terrible. The science is weak. No. I mean, 9 turns is not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. But, or 9 gold per turn is not nothing.
The poets have been mysterious.
Oh, look at that. Temple of Zeus. Or Temple of Artemis, excuse me. Pardon? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, sure, that's normal. Let me guess. These spearmen, these horsemen are just going to attack twice and kill me. Did anyone see where the settlers went? There they are. Yep. Okay. Cool. Uh-huh. I love the way this game works sometimes. I think it's extremely good and normal that it works like this. At least we know that those dudes are just going to attack me and not the neighboring people at all. Right, both of these units are going to attack me, not here. And Alexander's going to attack me, not them. Uh-huh. Really? Really? Yeah. Okay. I love it when the AI gets a bunch of free units, virtually. And they're back here again. Okay, well, awesome. I love how it punishes you for taking a city. I think that's extremely good and normal. Yeah, like what... I should have simply bought 2 cavalry units.
We can no more have
Okay. We should start over.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water to the great beasts of
This is how this
Stone
game
Age,
works frequently.
to man taking his first upright steps.
It's the Dreadnought
you have
problem.
come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. Fierce Tamar. Only a fool could misjudge George's true measure.
Yeah, perfect game, no
Hound
notes.
your enemies with loyal clansmen who strike from the hills.
Faith
Encourage your
equal to
foes
combat
to
strength of
dash their
defeated
best
unit.
against your city's enduring walls. The armies of your protectorates will run them down as they flee. If you suffer no fools, great queen, Georgia will not suffer.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Dreadnought problem refers to... in the early 20th century, Britain's Royal Navy produced a ship called HMS Dreadnought. It was, I guess it was a revolutionary ship design. It did a bunch of things no other ships in the world did. And it provided the Royal Navy, theoretically, with a vast advantage in naval warfare. Everyone looked at it and went, we should build these. But looking at this, we can see places where we can improve on it. So everyone else got to build a Dreadnought +1 without necessarily needing to do all of the naval engineering and architecture research in order to build the first one. So if you build the first revolutionary thing, you have to do all of the like initial planning for it, right? You have to like come up with the idea in the first place, and then like not only build the infrastructure for it, but like make all the mistakes. You have to make all the first mistakes in order to make the first one that works. And then when you do it, it gives you an advantage for a little while, and then everyone else is like, oh, that's a good idea. We should just do that too. Ours is better. Georgia. This is a pretty good start. This is a pretty good start. Oh, really, Shivam? What's your problematic saying? What's the problematic saying? Like everyone else, and it's not like always the case, right? Like if you're going to build your own, pioneers get the arrows, settlers get the land. Yeah, right. Yes, yes. Okay, I am familiar with that one. Like it's not always the case too, right? Like you can think of the Americans and the Soviet Union in the space race. Right? Yeah, second most gets the cheese. Where, you know, the Soviets were the first ones with a with artificial satellite. They're the first people to put someone in space. And they lost the race to the moon. Right? And that isn't because they experienced a dreadnought problem. It is because the Americans had a plan for what they were doing. Right? Like all of the American early, like the first 3 American programs, Mercury, Gemini, then Apollo, each did a thing on purpose, right? Mercury put a capsule with a human in it into space. Gemini, what about 2 people into space? Can we do that and make a longer mission? And then the early Apollo missions were like, what if we, like, I think in Gemini also they did some, like, the men did space docking. Right. It was part of a plan, whereas the Soviets were just like, let's do things kind of randomly that seem important as prestige projects, right? Which is the difference between like moving pieces around on a chessboard and having a strategy. Which is to say, how does that relate to the Dreadnought problem, or is that just a piece of trivia that I wanted to talk about? I don't know. Where do we want to put our city? The temptation is strong to put it here. Because this tile is really good to have. I like that tile. Not to build on, but just to be able to put like my first workers on that. I like the cut of your jib just fine. What if we put our city here on top of the stone? We'll lose out on having stone, but there's more stone up here. You'd go copper personally. The city does generate what it originally did, but the advantage to having stone nearby your starting city is that you can quarry it, getting a bonus to masonry, which I think might be quite important to Tamar and Georgia, because you get special walls? I kind of clicked through her thing a bit too fast. Okay, there's special Renaissance walls. Extra gold in city center, yeah. Yeah. Lots of hills for production. It's true. No, I mean, like, Lord Zath, this stream is mainly like a thing where we are like talking through game mechanics and talking about like, this is a game criticism stream, right? And I haven't been doing too good of a job of that because I just kind of enjoy playing this game. But yeah, no, I'm happy to engage with chat. Yeah, settling on the copper would give us the tile yields. +2 gold is good. +2 gold is good. It means we don't necessarily get to mine a resource, but maybe we'll get lucky and find iron within tiles of our city. More droughts. Cool. Always cool. Love it when there are droughts. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it, Lord Zath. Sorry, I forgot about the hey chat thing. Yeah, drought's so in right now. It does sound a lot like there are two pieces of overlapping music right now. It sounds like China's music combined with whatever. I mean, I assume the vocalizations, the singing is George's music, combined with somebody noodling around on a zither. Ooh. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Hell to the yeah. Hill yeah. 1, 2, 3. We're good. We are wavy gravy right now. This is utterly breathtaking. Now, wonders. What wonders speak to us? We can't do pyramids. We could do hanging gardens. We could do oracle. I mean, everyone loves a good oracle. I love me an oracle. Two quarries here would provide a handsome adjacency bonus. Handsome adjacency bonus to a an industrial site. Like we could go aqueduct. Quarry. That's what, a +6 industrial site? Or just a +4? I think that's a +4. These are just +1s, right? I mean, this all looks good. Who are you? All right, they're gonna start shitting out warriors. Was my favorite way to spell Atropos, Clotho, and Lachesis. I mean, I kind of like it with the K's since it makes the hard noise a bit more explicit. But I never studied any like classics at all. Goody hot, goody hot.
It is not wisdom.
There's definitely a bug going on here where we have overlapping music going on. Thump with club. I like Divine Spark. It's a weakness of mine. I believe it's pronounced archery.
I don't believe in astrology.
I mean, it probably is. How embarrassing.
Under the white cliff's battlemented crown, hushed to a depth of more than Sabbath peace.
Is that from the Prelude? Okay, but what if... What if... And this is a big what if, but what if... we crammed a holy site all the way up there? Yeah, money solves all kinds of problems. You know, it's like that joke about brute force. If it didn't solve a problem, you didn't have enough of it.
fond of pigs.
Well, let's get quarrying. Yeah, the White Cliffs of Do-Over.
That's the positive aspect of trade.
I should probably, like, talk a bit about, like, as things occur to me, I'll bring them up. For example, faith being discrete from culture. That faith is like this currency that you acquire and spend, which I suppose, you know, many things in this game are currencies. But, you know, you would think faith and culture would be related to one another in more than, like, kind of casual ways. Yet they are not. They're independent. And I suppose that's because in this game, culture is... How do I even want to describe this? We have no neighbors, by the way. We have a lot of city-states out here, but no competing civilizations. Yeah, the faith victory has everything to do with just kind of like conquering cities, but in a different mode.
When you find yourself in a hole, quit.
Right? You kind of like, you conquer cities with faith, but they just kind of flip over to you, right? You would, I would think that like a faith victory would look different somehow. The victory that I always whoops into and winds up feeling like a fail state to me is actually diplomatic victories. I always feel like I have lost the game when I win a faith or a diplomatic victory. Do you know what I mean? Also, this might be a good audience to ask this question to. Does anyone else find Nebuchadnezzar extremely annoying to play against? Or is it just me? Am I the only one who looks at Nebuchadnezzar and goes, ugh, you're going to screw up the entire flow of this game? This is a continents map. Herbie. He feels so bad to play against. Because he screws up the way the barbarians spawn. I don't know whether it's worse to spawn next to Nebuchadnezzar and just getting killed by him when he develops tanks in 4000 BC, or whether it's worse to have him somewhere completely unassailable on the map and he just winds up giving tanks to all the barbarians. And the worst part is, he isn't even really that strong a civilization. right? The Babylonians actually aren't that tough to deal with because they always stall out.
I thought Clay must feel happy in.
I will simply flank myself. Because, yeah, the Babylonians stall out, right? Eventually, in mid-game, they stop getting Eurekas, and then they never recover. But, yeah, they stall out in real life. It's just like, they're no fun to play with, they're no fun to play against. Oh god, we're gonna die. No, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. That's fine. Everything is fine. Why are you asking? Do we retreat? I think we retreat. What am I even doing with our lives? Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're gonna leave and come back later. Wow, yeah, look at this map. We're all alone here. Georgia, what's your deal? We have really good walls. That means, you know, we are a good civilization to have in the midst of other people. Yeah, cue the volcano suddenly erupting. Come on, just blunder into range. Zanzibar or Vatican City? Vatican City has the faster setup. Yeah, as it turns out, Civilization 6 has a completely undocumented feature wherein if you name your religion atheism, it completely scuppers your RNG for the rest of the game. Like saying fat loot inside EverQuest. What if you were playing Poland or Georgia? I guess less so Georgia. What if you were playing like Poland and your music, your theme music was just absolutely god-awful funk? I've never played Canada in this game, but I've heard you never want to hear "Oh Canada" ever again. It just plays "Oh Canada" on loop for, 40 hours. Right, this is also a small map. So we actually have a tremendous amount of space here. On a standard map, this would be a large place to have to yourself.
Strong economy begins
But we're
with
on a
strong,
small map.
well-educated workforce.
That's UEdge. I think it'd be great if they just licensed Ahead by a Century by the hip, and that's all you listened to while you were jamming Canada. Or Stan Rogers. Hell, give me Jeremy Dutcher.
Writing means
All right, well, this is a bad neighborhood. I think the British get "Oh for Thee, My Country," or what's it called? It was in Civ 5 where they had they get Scarborough Fair? Really? If it was going to be like a folk song rather than a nationalist one, you'd think it would be Greensleeves for Britain. It's a great rendition of Scarborough Fair too? Huh. Well, I've never played Britain. Or England. I guess it's England. England. Shan't do it. Not gonna happen. I mean, this game has the Cree in it, so I feel kind of obligated. Even though, I believe the Poundmaker First Nation actually, really did not like his inclusion in this. Oh, really, Shivam? That's honestly really cool. Do we just found on the bees? Yeah, who gets to be a civilization? Well, I mean, I thought their criticism of it was honestly really insightful and good, in that they said that this is a game where the only real interaction between civilizations is adversarial. You are always in competition with each other, and you are always engaging in even all of your interactions with other civilizations, even the ones that are nominally alliances, are adversarial. Yeah, that you cannot have mutually beneficial interactions with people. Someone is always at an advantage and always at a disadvantage. And it is always oppositional. And I mean, I'm Cree. And that is yeah, I mean, it especially offended them because they were like, this is not what Poundmaker believed at all, right? He died opposing this kind of interaction between peoples. Oh, look at that. It is Congo. Interesting. Yeah, songs are like are important. They are part of ceremony. Stonehenge and Etemenaki have both been taken. And sure, you can hire people to perform them, but like, they might not own them. If you can be said to do such a thing.
Nginamvemba nzinga yeketi lufana mbote. Ngeti mo
Because, like, you know, only one civilization gets to win.
May the forces of evil become...
Okay, we are not alone on this continent. There's just a bottleneck here. So we put a city here. I really don't think this is how these songs are supposed to be interacting with each other. I think this might be a bug that we are encountering. Yeah, the object of the game is to win the game. And only one person can win the game.
Look back over the past with its...
Yeah, they're very laden, right? And they kind of come by it honestly because these games do grow out of things like Risk, right? Like, you can go back and read articles where people talk about, like, yeah, this was kind of a reskin of Risk. I mean, not literally, and they use different mechanics, but it was like, what if, you know, the colors of your little dudes in Risk actually corresponded to civilizations that have existed? Wouldn't that be weird and hilarious? Wouldn't it be funny if that was true? Stop shooting me. Yeah, I mean it's okay for it to be like that, but yeah, we should be conscious that that is what it wants to be. That this wants to be a reskin of a fairly combative board game. And it's good to interrogate that, right? Like you're allowed to like the things you like. I think this is a decent game. I have notes on the way it scales difficulty, and AI is a miserable problem to solve. But you know, we should always be mindful of how we interact with things. Yeah, I think we're in complete agreement here, Electrotal. How long left on this trade route? 6 turns? No. I wish it would tell you when you would be available to reassign.
Thousands have lived without love. Not one without water.
Yeah, and like the question of who gets to be a civilization is, you know, it's a huge question. I remember when Poundmaker and the Kree were released for this game, and people were big mad because they came out before Canada. And Europeans were big mad because it was like, well, you know, why are the Kree a thing if my people, Slovakia, aren't represented, right? And it's just like, I don't know. But Canadians in particular, like general population, Canadians were big mad about it. Like, why isn't Canada in the game? And I got to say things like they are. They're called the Kree. Which is, you know, not an unproblematic statement. Yeah, Gandhi being a nuke-happy monster. I always find that very tedious when people are like, oh, Gandhi's gonna nuke everything. I'm just like, please get a second joke.
When wasteful war shall...
Like, Civilization players have about as many jokes as Warhammer players do, which is to say they've got one. They have a single joke. Did we find any iron anywhere? Yeah, including certain identities, nations, civilizations, societies, cultures. How do we actually break these things up and talk about them? But it's going to feel like recognition, right? and endorsement. I almost got in a fist fight, over a game of diplomacy. Almost got into a fist fight over a game of diplomacy once. But like, yeah, the 40k joke is calling everything heresy, which isn't even really a joke. It's just stupid. How can you tell that someone's Akkadian? Don't worry, they'll tell you. They'll tell you all about it. Where do we put a city around here? I mean, here's probably great, right? But it would be nice to be able to, if we founded a city here on this terrible tile, we could theoretically put a harbor here and it would get +4. And the rest of the city would just be absolutely garbage. Oh, yeah? Surprise war, huh? Well, I can't say that I care much for that. Really? Really? This is how it's going to go down, huh? What the shit? Uh-huh.
Politics is the art of the possible.
Well then. What in the seven dicks is happening? This isn't even about waging a winnable war. This is about wasting my time. This is 100% a thing about wasting my time. You know what? Additional faith in gold. Sure. Wow, one hit, huh?
Sometimes the wheel turns.
One hit did it. Luckily, Vatican City's enormous armies are here. We have no iron. We have no horses. Oh, yeah, sure. Please post the link, Dr. Ligma. I'd love to see that. I mean, I think a circumpolar people would be quite interesting to see in this game. Oh, that's cool as hell, actually.
Mysticism is the mistake of an accidental ending.
Five envoys. You have 5 envoys in Vatican's. Ow. Are you for real right now? Oh my god. Stop clicking on the thing. Please let me click on things. I will kill you.
No hour of life is wasted.
Do they just not take damage from archers? What is Congo's special unit? That's the result of city walls and archers shooting at them. Do they just not take damage from ranged attacks? And they attacked across the river at a healthy warrior and did 59 damage to it? What the hell is going on here? How are we losing every single one of these combats and not damaging them? $12 damage from city walls, huh? 14 damage from archers? This is not normal. Hypatia, we're a bit busy right now. Uh-huh. Okay. Inflicting twice as much damage as they take. Extremely normally. If you loot my campus, I will kill you. You... How much health do you have left? Seriously. This is the amount of... Congo's units get plus 10 against ranged attacks? What the hell? I'm afraid that's entirely stupid. It would have been cool if we had any iron or horses on this map. Excuse me, there's one iron tile all the way over there. Yeah, we just had no chance here. Luckily, they get an enormous advantage against the only kind of military unit that we can produce. How do they have 400 military strength? $400 military strength. Are you serious? 8. 8. And I think they just outproduce. I guess we have to produce heavy chariots. Ah, they healed to full while being bombarded by our city walls. I'm sorry? Yeah, we have no... Their warrior equivalent takes 50% of the health off of a heavy chariot. What are these? How do they have 44... I'm sorry, 38 base combat strength? .38 base combat strength. They're swordsman alts. They aren't... They can produce swordsman without iron, I'm assuming. Yeah, I can't believe I'm this incompetent at this game. They still need iron? So they've... How much iron do they have? This represents like 80 units of iron. I simply should have spawned on 4 tiles of iron, I guess. These dudes only take 5 to build. What's our play against these things then? If they get free swordsmen that are invulnerable to archers, how do you fight them? Uh-huh. Well, my bad. Who's healing faster, their units or my units? For the record, their unit is being bombarded by one of my units. Good. Okay. They've healed all of the damage we've managed to do in the last 4 turns.
Normal people believe that...
And just for lols. Okay, yeah, they've undone all the damage we did to them in the last 2 turns. Not even last 2 turns, last like 4 turns. It's extremely normal what's happening. Why not? Why not? Why wouldn't it work like that? Hell yeah, brother. This is stupid. Yeah, we had no chance here. The resources we need to fight a war do not exist. Oh, okay, they just got utterly annihilated. My archers just got killed instantly, I guess. I don't know how. This damaged swordsman attacking across a river onto a hill killed them in a single hit. Uh-huh. Man, Man, this game is so good. I guess I'm just too stupid to play this game. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why shouldn't a city-state be able to outproduce me? Why wouldn't that be a thing? So these guys are completely invulnerable then, huh? Oh, for Christ's sake.
The poets have been
We've destroyed many of their units, yet they have gained military power over the course of this war. Their power has actually gone up while we've been killing their units. Please let me shoot things. Holy God. It really does not like letting you use your walls. Okay. Well, this has been fun. I would love to have known how that happened, but okay. I mean, was it a good stream? We just got rushed by like a dozen swordsmen who are apparently invulnerable to shooting. Well, at least we got the same memes over and over again out of it. Yep. Okay, these guys can kill an archer in a single hit. I hope they're able to build more of them. I would hate for them to run out of these guys. It seems like they're only generating 3 or 4 of them per turn now. Yeah, wow, they just... This war probably won't take our cities. It will just use up all of our resources as they continually spam things at us and prevent us from doing anything. The AI doesn't actually seek to destroy us.
The Lord made
It just
all
seeks
out
to
of-
waste enough of our time that we aren't able to play the game. You know, fun. Please let me click on the thing I'm actually playing. Didn't I have 40 iron before? How do you have 8 envoys in Vatican City? At least we're in a dark age now because we're too stupid, I guess. I don't know. The pin mods, I love the pin mod. It needs to know when you are that you are almost never trying to click on the pin. This is awful. Me.
We can no more have exact.
Okay. Well, this has been fun, everyone. But let it be known that you don't need actually anything special to knock down city walls. You can just throw waves after waves of men at them if they're immune to arrows. Which is an interesting power to have from a game balance perspective. And we have been listening to multiple pieces of music overlaid on each other for like 3 hours. Oh. Yeah, no, like Civilization games are fun and interesting usually. Unless you run into something that means you lose. Yeah, I wish I was arrow proof too. I guess the thesis of this game is that frequently geography dictates what you are able to do. Right? We're all interacting with our own landscapes in various ways. But Civ makes that really critical. If you don't get iron in Civilization, if you don't start with it, you lose. If you don't get aluminum, you lose. If you don't get uranium, you lose. And those are things you have no control over. Or niter. Niter is the other one. And it just like doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to be playing on a map and realize there is no iron on this continent. And that doesn't become obvious until like turn 50, right? Each of these things can happen to you through no fault of your own, really. And you don't get to find out about it until you're well into the game. Otherwise, it's great. Right? Also, AI in these games is extremely difficult to program well, which means that the best way to have a challenging experience, best way, the way that is most accessible, is by giving the AI a large number of advantages. Because otherwise, I assume it's a traveling salesman problem, where trying to program, like, if it played as well as I did, you know, that would be great. Right? Because then I would be simply able to beat it. I'm not very good at this game. But AI is a very difficult problem to solve, which doesn't make the way the AI cheats any more fun. Which I suppose means that you play multiplayer. But I found the multiplayer in Civ 6 awful, because it's suddenly real time and nobody tells you that. And it's not even in multiplayer, it's not even especially clear when another player declares war on you. Right? Sometimes you can just be playing and all of a sudden someone's killed all of your armies. And it won't even tell you. Because that would mean that a different screen would come up and everyone's game would have to pause. And I have thoughts about this. They're not good thoughts. They're not even really coherent thoughts. Mostly they're extremely loud swear words. But I suppose that means that I'm engaged with the material, which you want to have happen. Anywho, thank you for joining me on Talking Sim on this pseudo bonus episode, a solo episode of Talking Sim. You can turn on rounds during war. That's good. That is good. I would recommend that. Otherwise, yeah, thank you for joining Talking Sim with me while we kind of like futzed around in this game. And I hope you have a good one.